Good morning, dear students. Today, let us study Grammar Way Lesson 6 Verbs. All of you take your textbook. Take page number 29. Lesson 6 Verb. Shall we start? Okay, so today we are going to study verbs. I think all of you know what is a verb. Okay, last year also I taught you about these verbs, auxiliary verbs or helping verbs, etc. Okay, so shall we start? A verb talks about an action, denotes a state of being, or shows possession or belongings. So here it is mentioned that what is a verb? A verb, what are the functions of a verb in sentences? A verb talks about an action, denotes a state of being, or shows possession or belongings. Okay, so a verb is a word that denotes an action. Means verbs are doing words or action words. Action words are called verbs that you have studied in your lower classes, right? Okay, so a verb talks about an action. That's you all know. Then it denotes a state of being. A verb is a word that denotes a state of being. So, what is a state of being? State of being is what the overall physical condition of something or somebody. Okay, the overall physical condition of something or somebody is called state of being. So, verbs are used to denote a state of being or it shows possession or what belonging or ownership. Sometimes a verb in a sentence shows possession or belonging. Sometimes a verb in a sentence shows a state of being. Sometimes it shows what an action. So I will explain this with the help of examples given in your textbook. So look at the first sentence. Okay, we eat our food slowly and chew it well. So we all know in this sentence we can see two verbs. Two action words are there. Eating and chewing. Okay, so here eat and chew are action words or doing words because it tells us what we do with our food. So these two are action words. So it is verb. They are verbs. Okay, then in the second sentence, look at the second sentence. I am unwell. I am unwell. So here am is the verb. So what is the verb in this sentence? Which is the verb in this sentence? I am unwell. Yes, am is the verb. And it shows state of being. Means it tells us about somebody being unwell. Okay. It states us, it tells us about somebody being unwell. It's a physical condition of a person, state of being. Then, in the third sentence, look at this third sentence. Anushka has a new watch. So, here, verb is has. Has is the verb here. And it shows belongings or ownership. Anushka has a new watch. It shows belongings. Okay, so verbs has and have what shows ownership. Okay, so I'll give you some sentences. I have a pencil. Okay, she has a beautiful toy. I have a pencil. She has a beautiful toy. So here in these sentences, have and has do the function of a verb and they show possession, ownership. Isn't it? I have a pencil. Have shows ownership. The owner of the pencil is I. I have a pencil. She has a beautiful doll. So the owner of the beautiful doll, she. Okay, so these has and have shows possession or ownership. At the same time, they do the function of a verb. Okay, so clear? So a verb talks about an action, denotes a state of being, or shows possession or belongings. Okay, now, so here verb tenses. Okay, verb and tenses. So, verbs have different forms to show whether an action happens in the present moment, has already happened, or will happen in the time from now. So, verbs have different forms to show present, past, and future tenses. A verb shows different, a verb has different forms to show whether it is in present tense, whether it is in past tense, or in future tense. Okay, it is verbs that helps us to tell the tense of an action. Verb helps us to tell the tense of an action. Tense means what tense in Malayalam? Tense. Tense is the time of an action. Tense means time of an action. In Malayalam, kalam. Kalam. Vartamana Bhutakalam, Bhavikalam. Okay, tense. So, a verb helps us to tell what a sentence, the tense of a sentence. Okay, then present tense, past tense, future tense. Some action verbs, some verbs are given there. Present tense, an action which happens in the present moment at the time of speaking. Action that happened at the time of speaking. That is called present tense. വർത്തമാന കാലം, ഇപ്പോൾ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന കാലം. That is called present tense. Then past tense means an action which has already happened. ഭൂതകാലം, പണ്ട് നടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞ കാര്യം, മുന്നേ നടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞ കാര്യം. Then future tense, an action that is yet to take place. ഇനി വരാൻ പോകുന്ന കാലം. That is future tense. So, some verbs are given here for denoting these present tense. Look at here. Is, are, has, have, do, does, is walking, am doing, has done. All these are in present tense. So, study all these verb forms. Okay. Then past tense, was, were, had, did, was, writing, were, playing, had done. Then future, will, shall, can, may. Will, shall, will be, shall be, will have. All these denotes tenses. Okay, future, future tense. So a verb helps us to understand the tense, and there are different forms to show what present, past, and future. So study all these verb forms for understanding present tense, past tense, and future tense. Okay, now I'll give what here. Last year I taught you about auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs used to help the main verb. Sometimes it does the function of verb in sentences. State of being, state of being. So there are B form auxiliary verbs, isn't it? These are called B forms. Am, is, are, was, were. State of being il nammal idana use cheyyunnathu. Am, is, are for present tense, was and were for denoting past tense. B forms auxiliary verbs. Last year I have given everything this in a tabular form. Okay, so B forms am, is, are for denoting present tense, and was and were for denoting past tense. Okay, now then we have do forms auxiliary verbs. Do forms, do, does for denoting present tense, and did for denoting past tense. Okay, then perfect form auxiliaries. has, have, had. Has and have for denoting present tense and had for denoting past tense. Then future auxiliaries we have will, shall, can, may, etc. denotes future. Okay, so study this will be forms, do forms, perfect forms. So these are used for denoting state of being, and this is for showing possession or ownership. Okay, so study all these. Then I will do some exercises given in your textbook, page number 29. So fill in the blanks with is, are, has, have, was, or where. Okay. I dash studying when my friend came home. I was studying when my friend came. In the second sentence, we can realize that it is past tense. Come, came, past tense. So here also we have to use what was. Then the children dash playing in the park now. Okay, the children now means at the time of speaking. Appo here the children are playing in the park now. Okay, then you dash done your homework, done your work neatly, keep it up. So you have, here you have done your work neatly, keep it up. Okay, then he dash shopping with his parents at the moment എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ at the present time. So he is shopping. Then I dash going to eat my food now. I, along with I, we use am. I am going to eat my food now. Now means at the present time. Present tense. They not talking when the teacher entered the class. Entered, here past tense is used, so we have to use past auxiliary here. They were not talking, they were. Then it dash a very cold day yesterday എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ already happened ഇന്നലെയായിരുന്നു. So it was, we have to use was. Then the emu dash flightless bird. Emu is a flightless bird. Okay, so write all these answers in your textbook. Now let us study object of the verb. Object of a verb. So what is the object? Do you know what is an object? That is, read, I'll tell you how to find out object of a verb. Okay, so in the sentence, the object of a verb is the noun or pronoun towards which the action of a verb is directed. It tells us who or what receives the action. So that is called object, is given in your textbook. Page number 30, object of a verb. In a sentence, the object of a verb is the noun or pronoun towards which the action of a verb is directed. Do you know how to find out the object of a verb? It's very easy. I'll show you with some examples. So look at here. The magician killed the lion. So here in this sentence, the magician is subject, isn't it? Killed, verb. Then next one more word is there. The lion. The lion is the object of the sentence. Subject, verb and object. Then in Malayalam, object means karmam. Kartavu, kriya, karmam. So the magician killed the lion. So what did the magician kill? Answer, the lion. What did the magician kill? Answer, the lion. So the lion is the object of the verb killed. Okay, then look at the second sentence. The chair needs repairs. So what does the chair need? Answer, repairs. So repairs is the object of that sentence. Okay, then third sentence, he helps the poor. He help. Whom does he help? Whom does he help? Answer, The poor. So the poor is the object of that sentence. Then, my mother loves me. Whom does my mother love? Answer, me. So me is the object of that sentence. Me is the object of that sentence. Okay. Now, if we frame a question using the verb with what or whom, what or whom, the word that answers the question is the object of the verb. If we ask a question to the verb using what or whom, we have to use only what or whom. വേറെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വേർഡ് ഒന്നും യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. വാട്ട് ഓർ ഹൂം തന്നിട്ടുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആ വേർബിൻ്റെ കൂടെ നമ്മൾ വാട്ട് ഓർ ഹൂം ചേർത്ത് ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ ആ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യന് ഒരു ആൻസർ കിട്ടുന്നു എങ്കിൽ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ ഓബ്ജെക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് സെൻറ്റൻസ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ദ സെൻറ്റൻസ്. ഹീ ഹെൽപ്സ് ദ പുവർ. ഓക്കെ, ഈ സെൻറ്റൻസിൽ നമുക്ക് ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാം. ഹീ ഹെൽപ്സ് ദ പുവർ. നമുക്ക് രണ്ട് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ മാത്രമേ ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഒന്നുകിൽ വാട്ട് ചേർത്ത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹൂം ചേർത്ത്. സോ ഹിയർ ഇവിടെ ഹൂം നമുക്ക് ചേർക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. സോ വാട്ട് ഡസ് ഹീ ഹെൽപ്പ്? ആൻസർ, ദ പുവർ. സോ ദ പുവർ ഈസ് ദി ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് സെൻറ്റൻസ്. രാമ കിൽഡ് രാവണ. Whom did Rama kill? Answer, Ravana. Ravana is the object of that sentence. He writes a letter. What does he write? Answer, a letter. Okay, so this is how we have to find out object of a sentence. Okay, so listen carefully, otherwise. Then now underline the objects in these sentences. Page number 30, so exercise is given. So we have to do this. Underline the objects in these sentences. One has been done for you. The man drove his truck. The man drove his truck. So what did the man drive? Answer, his truck. Then Mahesh loves cricket. What does Mahesh love? Answer, cricket. So cricket is the object. Sudha picked up her sharpener. What did Sudha pick? Her sharpener. The child saw the ice cream seller. What did the child see? Answer, ice cream seller. Kamal and Rahul cooked delicious food. What did Kamal and Rahul cook? Food, delicious food. Suraj broke his toy. What did Suraj break? Answer, his toy. Okay, so this is how you have to find out the object. So do this. The two more. The monkeys threw the hats on the ground. So what did the monkeys throw on the ground? Answer, the hats. The teacher praised the student. What did the teacher do? Whom did the teacher praise? Answer, the students. So the students is the object. Okay, then transitive and intransitive verb. Next topic. A verb that needs an object to make complete sense is called a transitive verb. So look at here, look at this example. Rohit brings. Gaurav visited. So in these two sentences, we can understand that these two sentences are not completed. Okay, they do not make complete sense. They need some words to complete its meaning. A word that needs an object to make complete sense is called a transitive verb. A transitive verb transfers its action to the object. Okay, so here, look at here. Rohit brings the tea. So now here the tea, the word tea, the tea added. So that sentence will become a complete one. Now it has a complete meaning. Rohit brings the tea. What does Rohit bring? The tea. So we add an object. Such sentences, such verbs are called transitive verb. That is, a verb that needs an object to complete its meaning. The T എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് വന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ ആ സെൻറ്റൻസിൻ്റെ മീനിങ് അവിടെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആവുള്ളൂ. അങ്ങനെ വരുന്ന വേർബിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ട്രാൻസിറ്റീവ് വേർബ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. എ വേർബ് ദാറ്റ് നീഡ്സ് ആൻ ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് ടു മേക്ക് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് സെൻസ് ഇസ് കോൾഡ് എ ട്രാൻസിറ്റീവ് വേർബ്. ഗൗരവ് വിസിറ്റഡ് ഹിസ് ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ. Whom did Gaurav visit? Answer, his grandmother. So this is the object of that sentence. Okay, so that is called transitive. Then intransitive verbs, a verb that does not need an object and can make complete sense on its own is called intransitive. Some verbs do not need an object to complete its meaning. ഒരു ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ലാതെ തന്നെ അവരുടെ മീനിങ് അവർ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ചില വേർബ്സ് അങ്ങനെ. The horse galloped. So here the horse galloped. No need of an object here. The horse galloped എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ there is no object in that sentence. പക്ഷേ സെൻറ്റൻസ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് മീനിങ് ആണ് അതിനകത്ത്. ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഇല്ലെങ്കിലും സെൻറ്റൻസസ് ചില വേർബുകൾ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആകാറുണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കോൾഡ് ഇൻട്രാൻസിറ്റീവ് വേർബ്. ഓക്കെ, ദീസ് സെൻറ്റൻസസ് മേക്ക് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് സെൻസ് ഓൺ ദെയർ ഓൺ. ഒരു ഓബ്ജക്റ്റിൻ്റെ സഹായം ഇല്ലാതെ തന്നെ അവരുടെ മീനിങ്ങും കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആണ്. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള വേർബ്സിനെ ഇൻട്രാൻസിറ്റീവ് വേർബ്സ് എന്ന് പറയാം. Okay, so transitive and intransitive verbs. Then how can we identifying whether a verb is transitive or intransitive? So if a verb has an object, it is transitive. If the verb does not have an object, it is intransitive. Or a verb if a sentence has an object in it, it is transitive verb. Object ഇല്ലാത്ത സെൻറ്റൻസസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ intransitive verb. In Malayalam, I don't know whether you have studied it. When we were in our school classes, we studied it. സകർമ്മക ക്രിയ, അകർമ്മക ക്രിയ. സകർമ്മകം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കർമ്മമുള്ളത്, ഓബ്ജക്റ്റ് ഉള്ള ക്രിയ. അകർമ്മകം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കർമ്മം ഇല്ലാത്ത ക്രിയ. Sagarmagam and Agarmagam. That is called transitive and intransitive verb. So object ulla verb is called transitive. Object illatha verb ine intransitive ennum parayam. So here I caught a fish. What did I catch? A fish. So a fish. Object avade undu. So it is transitive verb. Then look at here. Mother baked a cake. What did mother bake? A cake. Avade object undu. So transitive. Then he smiled. He smiled. Sentence is complete. But smiled at who or what? അത് നമുക്ക് ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല അവിടെ. There is no object in it. So intransitive. The dog jumped. Jumped at who or what? ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. So not applicable. Intransitive verb. Okay, so some verbs are transitive, some verbs are intransitive, some verbs can be used as what, some verbs are both transitive and intransitive depending on how they are used in a sentence. So here look at these examples. He left the milk in the kitchen. What did he leave in the kitchen? Answer, the milk. So object, there is an object in it, so it is transitive. After dressing up, he left. Avade there is no object in it, so intransitive. Then Mahesh runs a chemist shop. So what does Mahesh runs? A chemist shop. So that is a transitive verb. Then Mahesh runs along the main road every day. So that is, there is no object in it. That is, we cannot ask a question using what or whom. There we will not get any answer. So intransitive verb. Object illengilum avada sentence complete aanu. Okay, so verbs are sometimes some verbs are only transitive, some are intransitive, some are both transitive and intransitive depending on how they are used in a sentence. Okay, then Exercises are given here, page number 32. Underline the verbs in these sentences and write T for transitive and I for intransitive. Okay. So, Nina laughed. Nina laughed. So that is intransitive. What or whom വെച്ച് ചോദിക്കാൻ അവിടെ ഒന്നുമില്ല. So Nina laughed is intransitive. Mohan keeps his things neatly. So what does Mohan keep neatly? Answer what his things. So this is transitive sentence. Okay, write T for transitive and I for intransitive. Then Seema wore her new dress. What did Seema wear? Her what new dress. So transitive. The boy was in the kitchen. Where was the boy? നമുക്ക് ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. What or whom? There is no answer. So that is intransitive. Okay, I gave a book to my sister. So what did I give? Answer what book. So this is transitive. Then Sohan eats sweets a lot. What does Sohan eat? Answer sweet. Okay. So transitive. Deepa's dog died last week. So seventh one, what or whom നമുക്ക് ചോദിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. So this is intransitive. The plane took off. That is intransitive. There is no object there. Okay. Then incomplete verbs and complements. So one more topic. Some verbs do not express a complete thought. So one or more words need to be added to them to make complete sense. Such verbs are called incomplete verbs. So sometimes some verbs do not express complete thought. Complete meaning ചില verbsന് കാണില്ല. Then we have to use one or two words for completing its meaning. Okay, so such verbs are called incomplete verbs. Incomplete verbs എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയും. So and the word or words that are added to the incomplete verb to convey a complete thought are called complements. So incomplete verbും കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റിനെയും കുറിച്ചാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ പറയുന്നത്. So what is an incomplete verb? Sometimes some verbs do not express a complete thought, complete meaning. So at that time we have to add one or two words to complete its meaning. So those verbs are called incomplete verbs. Okay, and the word or words that are added to the incomplete verb to convey a complete thought are called complements. ചില വേർബ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആകണമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ വേർഡ് അതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്യണം. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള വേർബിനെ പറയുന്നത് ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് വേർബ് എന്നാണ്. ഇനി നമ്മൾ ആ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ വേർഡ് ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ആ വേർബ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ വേർഡിന് അതിനെ പറയുന്ന പേരാണ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്സ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് വേർബും കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്സും. ഓക്കെ, സോ സം വേർബ്സ് ഡു നോട്ട് എക്സ്പ്രസ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് തോട്ട് എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്യില്ല. സോ വി നീഡ് ടു ആഡ് വൺ ഓർ ടു വേർഡ്സ് ടു കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഇറ്റ്സ് മീനിങ്. അങ്ങനെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് മീനിങ് ഇല്ലാതെ വരുന്ന വേർബിനെയാണ് ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് വേർബ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. For completing these incomplete verb, we have to add one or two words. അങ്ങനെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് മീനിങ് വരാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾ ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ വേർഡ്സിനെ പറയുന്നതാണ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്സ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ഹിയർ. ഹീ ഈസ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോഴേ നമുക്കറിയാം അത് ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആണ്. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് കോൾഡ് ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് വേർബ് എന്ന് പറയും. സോ ഹീ ഈസ് സ്ലീപ്പി, നമ്മൾ സ്ലീപ്പി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന വേർഡും കൂടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ അത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയി. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്. സ്ലീപ്പി ഈസ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ദെൻ സഞ്ജയ് ലുക്സ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് വേർബ്. സോ സഞ്ജയ് ലുക്സ് ഹംഗ്രി ഈസ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്. സോ ദെൻ ഫറ ഫെൽറ്റ് ടയേർഡ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഷീ വാസ് ഹെൽപ്ഫുൾ ഈസ് ദി കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇൻകംപ്ലീറ്റ് വേർബ് ആൻഡ് കോംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ്. Then last exercise. The night became humid. Okay, the night became humid. The children were dash. The children were hungry. The children were hungry. So add a complement or an incomplete verb to complete each sentence. Okay, we have to add words. I dash happy when I see I feel happy. Okay, she dash weak and thin. Looks. She looks weak and thin. After playing for long, Ramesh grew tired. 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 Okay. He was happy. It's a state of being. He was happy. The sun dash would the sun dash from behind the clouds. The sun appeared. There is no space here. Appeared. Okay, appeared. With the dark clouds hovering above the day, seemed. Here answer seemed. 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 And here appeared. 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 Okay, so do all these exercises in your grammar text. Don't make any mistakes. So write carefully, watch the video many times. Generally you can understand what is an object, what is transitive verb, what is intransitive, etc. Okay, so I have attached this answer key here. So make use of this answer key for completing the exercises given in your textbook, and study well. And if you have any doubt, you can call me. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Have a nice day.